Hi there. I'm Dr. Tyler Evans from the HSU Mathematics Department, and welcome to my Math 344 linear algebra class this fall. In this short video, I just kind of want to go over the highlights of the course syllabus that's contained on the course Canvas page. You can navigate to that syllabus by clicking the syllabus link on the left-hand side of your page when you log into Canvas. You'll see exactly what I'm seeing here. It's just you won't have this purple bar down there. That's me emulating the student view. Okay, so I'm assuming that you're familiar with Canvas and Canvas pages and in syllabi in particular, so I'm just going to kind of try to hit the highlights of the contents of this thing here. We'll scroll through the sections together. I won't say much about the top section at all. It's some information about me and how to contact me. Voicemail is not a great way to contact me this semester because I'm not physically going to be in my office. There's another short video in which I'll go over the kind of structure of the Canvas page. And in that video, I'll click into some of these links about the Zoom class meetings here. I won't do any clicking, but you can refer to them from the syllabus. Prerequisites there, I'm assuming everybody here has had the logic and proof course and the lower division linear algebra course, Math 341 or its equivalent. So let's look at this first section here. It's called course description and materials. So the description, I'll leave it to you to read on your own. I mean, it's a linear algebra class. So I want to show you the theory of vector spaces, linear transformations, functions on vector spaces, coordinatizing vector spaces in matrices, the relation between a linear transformation and its matrix in a certain basis. And then some specialized topics, things called inner product spaces and so on. So I'll develop that more as we go. We have a required text. I'm not going to click on this textbook page right now. I'll do it in the course overview video, but the bibliographic information is here. It's Linear Algebra by Friedberg, Insel, and Spence, 4th edition. It's absolutely imperative that you get this text and that you get it immediately. And in the course overview video, when we visit this textbook information page, I'll show you that there is actually a free option. You can download the international version of this book in PDF format. The international version is not complete. It doesn't contain chapter 7, but our course syllabus is not going to cover chapter 7, so that international version missing chapter 7 will be perfectly sufficient for purposes of this. So given that the textbook is freely available as a downloadable PDF, I've got a link to it in this textbook information page. I'm going to assume that each and every one of you will have this text as the course begins on Monday, August 24th. Okay, it's important. Have it and get it ready. In terms of devices, well, I mean, this is sort of a hybrid online class, hybrid in the sense that we can't meet with each other physically face-to-face because of COVID restrictions. So you are going to have to be able to participate in the course electronically. Participating in the course means that you're going to come to Zoom class meetings. So you're going to need a computer with an internet connection and Zoom installed on it. You're also going to have to submit assignments to me as multiple page single file PDF documents, so that you're going to have some way of converting your handwritten work into a PDF document that you've scanned that you can upload to Canvas. I've got some suggestions for ways to do that on this technical tools page. Again, we'll visit that page in the course overview video. In the syllabus video, I'm not going to be clicking on any of these links. Okay, it's not required, but I strongly recommend, if possible, that you get some kind of tablet or an iPad if you're an Apple user with a stylus. It really can facilitate electronic document exchanges, especially when you're doing mathematics. I create all of my lectures with an Apple iPad and an Apple Pencil, so you can sort of literally turn what you write on a page by hand into an electronic document effortlessly. I know that that's not possible for everybody to acquire such a device, and it's certainly not required, but if it is at all possible, I would strongly recommend you get it. It's not so much of a computational course, so I don't really have calculator and software requirements. Any computations that I do, I'll frequently be using Mathematica. Mathematica is available to you to install on your private machine through an HSU site license. There's information on how to do that on the technical tools page. So if you're interested in using this class as an opportunity to get to know some software, Mathematica, it would be a good chance to do it. But I'll be using Mathematica primarily to speed up any of the computations that we have to do. Although this course, unlike Math 241, certainly focuses more on the theory and less on the actual computations. Okay, so that's a little bit about what's in the course and the required materials. Now let's talk about the graded course components. Essentially, there's 3 graded course components. They consist of homework assignments, or just homework for short, reflections and exams. Okay, the homework assignments are going to be weekly. They will appear in detail on Canvas. In the Canvas course structure, I'll show you exactly what a homework assignment looks like. We'll visit the page. I won't do it here, but they'll appear on Monday, and they're going to be due the same week on Sunday by midnight. All right, so you have basically 7 days to complete a homework assignment. The homework assignments in this course are extremely important. They're absolutely the most important part of the course. So I'm expecting you all to devote a lot of time and energy into their careful preparation. I'm going to grade your homework assignments based both on mathematical content, that is sort of mathematical correctness, correct proofs, sound logical structure, correct calculations, correct answers, and so on. But I'm also grading them based on presentation. So that is, are they written up well? Are they in complete sentences? Is it easy to follow your work? Is your work legible? That stuff is also going to be included in how I score your homework problems. I would like you to please look very carefully. I won't visit these things with you here, but there's 2 documents, guidelines for submitting homework and the homework grading rubric. So you need to carefully review those things, because that's how you're going to become familiar with the means by which I'm going to assess your work. Okay, so if you are not following those guidelines, then you're probably going to be receiving lower scores using that grading rubric for violating the guidelines, even in the event that your work is mathematically correct. Okay, so they're going to, like I said, the homework assignments are going to be due weekly on Sundays. I'm not going to take any late homework. Okay, so if you want your homework to be scored and to receive credit for it, it's important to get it in by the due date every week. I've gone ahead and created a handout called Suggestion for Managing Your Workload. Like the title says, it's a suggestion. I'm not telling you how, but I strongly advise you in this upper division mathematics course to make a weekly plan for these homeworks, unlike maybe in lower division mathematics courses where you could complete a week's homework assignment in a few hours leading up to the deadline. That is certainly not the case in this class. Yeah, when you receive an assignment on Monday, you have 7 days to complete that assignment. You need to start assessing what the contents of that assignment immediately, because I'm fully expecting you to require some assistance on some of the problems. I'm going to assign you work that I don't expect everybody to just do effortlessly without having any questions. So you need to leave time to visit me in my office hours to make those questions. So I hope you'll take a look at that suggested workload. Maybe we can look at it together on our first day of class 2 when we kind of go over the structure of the course. All right, finally about homework, like it says here in all caps, I'm very serious about academic honesty. So I'm expecting that anything that you turn into me to be your and only your work. If you do use some outside source to get assistance, maybe to create a proof or look up some idea, maybe you work with a classmate, that stuff is not forbidden, but I am expecting you to cite any work that you use to create your solutions. If you're turning in proofs that aren't yours and you cite them, then I will deduct a little bit from your score accordingly, because I'm looking for original work from you when assessing your homework. But it is very important, I can't emphasize enough, very important to familiarize yourself with this course policy on plagiarism, because the consequences rather for violating the university's academic honesty policy and policy on plagiarism can be severe. Okay, so that's homework assignments. Second graded component is reflections. Each week, there's a weekly reflection. This is basically, it's not going to be a huge time-consuming task, but I'm going to ask you at the end of every week, submitting just, in a text box format in Canvas, kind of reflecting on what it is that we learned that week. I'll be asking you question prompts like, tell me something that was new to you. Tell me something that you still have questions about. Tell me ways that I could try to clarify what you still have questions about, and so on. So it's just a chance for you to sit down, kind of go back and literally reflect on what we've done that week and try to summarize that in your own words. It's a pedagogically valuable thing to do. Like homework assignment, reflections are going to be due once a week. They're due on Sundays by 11:59, and the assignment will close. So any reflection that you want to submit, you need to submit it by that deadline. Okay, we're going to just have 2 exams. I'm going to kind of minimize the role of exams in this course because we're not meeting face-to-face. So we'll have a midterm and a final. As we approach those things, I'll create some kind of exam guidelines so you have a chance to know what to get ready for and what the format of the exam will be. So what I can say about them right now is that what their dates are. Okay, so they're fixed. We're going to have the first midterm exam right around the midpoint of our course on Friday, October 16th. The exam will become available on Canvas in the morning and be due that night. I'm not going to write it so it's a 12-hour exam or something. It should be a 1-hour exam, but I'm trying to give you some flexibility about when you sit down to do it. But again, there will be no late exams accepted. If you have an official, maybe university reason, job reason, let me know. But let me know by August 28th if either one of these dates, October 16th or December 14th, is a conflict for you. We can work something out, but we have to work that out ahead of time. And in particular, we need to work it out by August 28th. Okay, so those are the three components: homework, reflections, exams. There's the midterm and a final. How will I weight them? The graded categories here, you can see here, the homework is certainly the most important component of the course. 60% of your grade will be based on these weekly homework assignments. I'll be trying to give you lots of feedback on them so your work can improve. I like to see people's improvement arc over the course of the term. 10% will be based on your reflections. Okay, so reflections, you'll get good scores if you address all the questions in the reflection and use correct grammar and complete sentences and submit them. And then 30%, 15 each for the exams. Okay, so 15% for the midterm, 15% for the final. I'll let you check out the distribution of grades there. That's how I'll assign your letter grade. Your grade will always be posted on Canvas, so you'll always be knowing what your grade is. And then the rest of the syllabus is just some information. Anything to do with due dates, I would suggest you double check, but university deadlines, learning outcomes for the course, program learning outcomes, university learning outcomes, and then links to all kinds of university policies. Maybe you have some accommodation requests, policies on adding and dropping. The aforementioned academic honesty policy of the university is also here. Policies about attendance and disruptive behavior and so on. The bottom of the syllabus will have the summary of assignments, and this will grow. By the time the course starts, it should be populated out for the first 2 weeks. And then as we move through the course, I'll be adding material 1 week at a time. So you'll always be abreast of what's coming in the future for at least 2 weeks in the future. All right, this video is getting a little long. I'm going to cut it short. I hope that was helpful, and we can go over some of the details on the first day of class as well. Thank you for listening.